$10 to get in. Live music all night, drink specials. It's going to be a good time. At this moment, it is my pleasure to you guys, old friends, longtime friends of Rock and Roll Union, my boys in Ryder, Rod, and James. Guys, thank you so much for taking time out to hang with me tonight. I know James is. I don't know if Ryder, you
What was that, Chris?
are you a
You're
pro wrestling fan?
Oh, yeah, old school pro wrestling. Hell yeah.
This is the weekend of SummerSlam. I know, James, you watched last night. I saw your post.
No,
I haven't currently.
I didn't just watch last night as we speak.
Oh, yeah, dig it.
I have mine on pause right now, so I wanted to give you guys my full attention. But the good thing is, with the way they run it now, I can fast forward through commercials and still be caught up live before the end of the show.
Yeah.
So, wanted to talk to you guys. It's been a long time. How have things been around Queens, around New York, as far as finding places to play? Has it been getting easier, or is it trickier than ever?
Well, we got one Staten Island on the 7th on Friday night.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we just played in Brooklyn last week. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago?
Almost 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago we played in Brooklyn. Played over, what was the name of that place?
The Wood Shop.
Wood Shop, yeah, that was it. That was a good show. That was a really nice place. And
Now,
then we got Lucky 13 coming up for my birthday, September 12th.
Yes.
There it is.
Mindless plugs. Let's do it.
Now, I know that I shared your Burn the Sky video earlier today, and I wanted to ask, is that in anticipation of a forthcoming EP, album? Is it just a one-off single? What are we looking at?
That is a full album that is going to be coming out on August the 28th.
What can you guys let me know about the album? Like, how long did it take you guys to record it? Do we have a title for the album?
All right, the title is Burn the Sky.
Okay.
And it took us about 6 months of writing, and then we had to record everything. The recording took a long time. We really wanted to make sure that we spent time recording and getting a really good sound on this. A little heavier than the last one. So.
Where did you guys record? Was it with Esposito again?
I'm sorry, what was that, CT? You cut out.
Was that with Esposito again, James, or did you guys record it somewhere different?
No, we didn't record with Anthony Esposito. We recorded in our guitar player Max Knight. He has a home studio. We recorded with him, just like we did Menagerie.
Yeah, so he recorded and produced the last two records.
It's so much easier to be able to record in home studios. We make professional sounding albums in what we could only wish we had growing up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The technology has evolved so much. I mean, it's just it's really awesome, and it makes things a lot easier to be able to do. And obviously, we're fortunate enough to have Max in the band. He knows what he's doing behind the console, and he went to school for audio engineering, and he's really good at what he does.
Now, James, you and I go way, same with Rod, but two different bands that I knew you guys from when I first met you guys. And now, James, I know you totally rebooted this band. I've lost track of how long has it been that this lineup has been in place?
About 3 years. Rod and Max joined in the end of 2023, and Bill joined, I think, like May of last year.
Yeah, so a little over a year with Bill.
Wow. Now, Rod, you came from a long line of doing covers and tributes and things along those lines. How much different is it doing original material or things that you got on your own?
Well, it's a different beast. The original scene is very different from the tribute scene, which is very different from the cover scene. Um, we're in New York. There's a lot of competition. There's not as many places they're used to play in. What's been really good though is having the opportunity to come out with my own material, my own writing, the band's own writing, and really going around and playing across and getting to see different people at different places. So the experience it's been a great 3 years. It's been really a great 3 years. I can't complain.
Now, James, what makes this current lineup, now that it's been in years, how different does this make this of Ryder, and how long does?
Well, it's a great question. Basically the guys I'm working with right now, Rod, Max, and Bill, it's just they're professionals. They know what they're doing. They're passionate about what they do, and above all else, they're great people. We travel, we have fun, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Now, as far as the new album's concerned, did you guys write this collectively? James, did you take a lot of the writing on yourself? How'd the writing come about for the new album?
Just like Menagerie, it's pretty collective. It's a range of different things. For Burn the Sky in particular, my focus was more, my contributions were more lyrical this time around for certain things, and but yeah, everyone had stuff. I mean, Rod had a riff that that he'd been sitting on for a while that he brought to the table. Max had a song or two and a few riffs, and Bill added his drums to it. So it was very much a collaborative process.
That's awesome. And what are you guys currently listening to? Like, what does your playlist look like? As far as like, what are you listening to that's kind of giving you a little bit of influence on what you're doing?
Oh man, so lots of things. Lots of things. Whatever sounds good.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because I'm still listening to a lot of stuff I was listening to in the 80s, but I am trying to keep up on some newer bands, and especially a lot of what's coming out of Europe, because it's just where a lot of metal's coming out of. So it's been really interested. On one hand, people keep complaining there's no good music. On the other hand, people don't go looking for it sometimes.
That's right. And that's the whole focus for this podcast, for what I do, is trying to get those bands that aren't being played on mainstream radio, that maybe people there's just so much out there right now with anybody and everybody being able to contribute to some or social media page or whatever. There's so much to pick through that it becomes overfull of bands. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen bands everywhere, or like your bartender's brother has a band, or this guy has a band, and like it's so hard to listen to everything, but you got to be able to find the, like you're saying, Rod, the diamonds that are out there in the rough. So as far as uh places to play, you said you have a show coming up Friday night. Are you guys playing with anybody?
Yeah, this Friday night we are at the Rock House in Staten Island, New York. We are playing with two really awesome bands, St. Anthony and Snow White. And then after that, we have our record release show in Amityville, New York at AMH. And then after that, as Rod said too, on September 12th, we're coming to Lucky 13 Saloon, and we're playing with Annika and a Typo Negative tribute.
Nice. Are there any bands that you guys find yourself frequently revolving with, like as far as like you guys play numerous shows with certain bands that maybe become friends of yours? Or
Well, we played a couple shows with Witch Force.
Yep.
That was always a good matchup.
Oh yeah.
And then I've been there for Baltimore.
Shattered Colors.
Shattered Colors, yeah, Shattered Colors. We played like 3-4 times with them, right?
Oh, we've done a few. We've done a few with them.
Yeah, it's always been a good show with them too.
Yeah.
now, do you guys have a favorite venue? Is there a place that you just absolutely love going to every time?
Oh, CT, you're trying to get us in trouble here. We're not. We're if we tell you the favorite venue, it's like, why aren't we the favorite venue? All of them are our favorite venues. If it's a great room, if it's a great crowd,
Great answer.
that's all that matters.
Great answer. How would you, for anybody that is now catching you guys on my podcast for the first time, first off, you guys have been on numerous. Second, for anyone that never caught you guys live before, how would you classify your sound? What would you describe your music as for someone who has never listened to you?
Well, I would say we're lean more towards the hard rock, considering compared to the heavy metal. But honestly, I think this record we're definitely heavier than we were on Menagerie. Menagerie had a lot of mellow songs on it, had some acoustic work on it. This one's a little darker, a little heavy, a little more fulfilling. And I think who's going to have to listen. There's already a couple songs. There's already Neon Flames That Burn the Sky are on Spotify and YouTube and other streaming platforms. So check it out. And if you like what you hear, rest is coming out in August.
Good stuff. Now, are you guys self-releasing that?
Yeah, we're self-releasing that one.
Nice.
Yeah, we're done. We're doing everything on our own.
Now, James, as far as like Menagerie and the Sky, do you any of the other deeper cuts that you written way back when before current lamp was in place? Pretty much like to stay with the newer.
Oh, we mostly play the newer stuff. All the stuff from Menagerie. The only stuff from back then we really play is Hard Time. But no, we like to keep it a little more newer focused.
I asked because I'm wondering if is Rock and Roll Dead still in the rotation. One of my
Oh my
favorites.
God, we played that. When was the last time we played that? Dingbats?
Fuck if I remember. I think it was
Dingbats. We have a video for it too.
I think it was.
That's the last time we played that live.
And how long ago was that, Rod?
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
Wow. So, as far as the rest of the year is concerned, what are you guys hoping to accomplish for the rest of 20? I can't. We're halfway through.
I know it's gone by quick.
But my goodness, what are your hopes or plans for the rest of the year?
Play shows, put out this record, play shows, have fun, connect with people, and keep doing our thing.
Now, is there any kind of advice you could give to younger bands starting out? I mean, we were young once. We all had that like some vinegar type of feeling starting out, and then like we all get disheartened by the way things are. What kind of advice would you give to any young band starting out?
Well, I think that first thing is keep your ego in check at all times and work as a team.
Yeah.
You know, if you have 4 or 5 people working at the same goal and everybody's contributing, everybody's on the same page, I don't know where you're going to go, but you're going to go farther than if everybody's pulling in different directions.
Yeah. I guess the thing that I would say would be, um, just, I know it's very hard to be like, don't get disheartened because there's so many different things. You're going to hear 1,000 no's before you hear one yes. Keep in mind, that just because, you're not getting the likes, or you're not getting the reaction, or people aren't saying it, just because people aren't commenting doesn't mean that people aren't listening.
Got it. Now, one of my last questions for you guys is, as far as overseas, have you guys do you guys release overseas? Are you guys thinking about any kind of shows over there? Because, Rod, like you brought up, they're a whole lot further than we are here.
Well, I mean,
That's for damn sure.
Last year we were lucky enough to do 4 shows in Canada with Chris Holmes, which was awesome.
Nice.
And that was a great week, just being on the road, doing what you want to do as a musician. And I'm willing to, I got a valid passport, so.
Same.
So we're ready to go.
None of us are on the no-fly list.
That's a good thing. Who knows in this current climate, like how long that's going to last. But as far as like my son peeking his head in.
Of course.
As far as Canada is concerned, I'm not privy with Canada. I do know some of the stuff that's going on over in Europe and things along those lines. How is Canada's rock scene?
I thought it was awesome. We played Toronto twice, we played Montreal, we played Ottawa, and we played a really nice theater. What was it, Capital 33 in Delhi?
Yeah.
Really nice place.
Capital 33, Piranha Bar in Montreal, the Rock Pile in Toronto, and the Brass Monkey. Rest in peace. Yep. No, dude, Canada. Oh my God, Canada was a blast.
Yep.
That's awesome. Like, I always question what is wrong with the country that we're living in as far as rock is concerned. And, I thought about the current climate that the country's in and everything that's going on, whether one side or the other, everybody's picking their own battles. It would feel like now we have prolific music coming out. If we were in the 60s, of course it would be. It just feels like we kind of died out a little bit as a country with rock. Any thoughts to that?
Well, I would say when it comes to rock music, I mean, look, rock music started out, from the underground. I mean, you had periods of success where different subgenres became prominent, and now it's a little more back in the underground a little bit. I mean, obviously you have people like Jelly Roll or Youngblood who are rock adjacent, but I think the issue with here is like, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. You're competing with attention. It's not just, music is music. Like every industry, music, film, TV, all of that shit is combined, in the entertainment industry. So it's like stuff that you wouldn't really think about before. Like back in the day, you went out to a bar, you saw bands. Like if you want to watch TV, if you didn't catch the Sunday movie on ABC, you had to wait until they aired it again. Now everything is everything's at your fingertips. You're competing with attention. So a new show is streaming, a new movie comes out. It's a war for attention.
it also feels like we're almost. I'm not saying us as in particular, but as a whole, it feels like we're more complacent to stay home and have that entertainment
Well,
at home,
I
as
think
opposed to
one
anyone.
thing is when I think about it, there's a lot of, I think that really hurt the 20 something crowd. And that's your prime time for going out. You know, we're trying to build new audiences and trying to reach out to another generation. And it's so hard because things aren't cheap. Things aren't cheap, and a lot of younger people are not drinking that much anymore. So they don't feel the need to go out. They'll rather have a few people over their house and watch Netflix. So you're competing with that whole mentality. You're competing against the home entertainment system and the economy at the same time now.
I agree with that, and I also think that the cost of some of these concert tickets, the price to go to some of these places. What kills me is people that'll pay $100 a ticket to sit nosebleed for a band that's been out for 40 years, but won't pay $10 to go see a fresh young band coming up in a bar somewhere or a club. And it's open way. Like I feel like we're at the dying days of those legacy bands. A lot of our legends are passing away. A lot of them are aging out. Rolling Stones wanted to go on tour this year, but they can't because they're over 80 years old now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just it was bound to happen every generation.
Yeah.
Every generation's gonna come and go and music's gonna change, you know. Now a lot of young people think that Sleep Token and Ghost are what they consider heavy metal. You know,
yeah,
when we were kids, in the 80s, the people that lived through the 60s who liked stuff like Blue Cheer and the Stones thought that Iron Maiden and Judas Priest were idiot kiddie music. And you know, we
yeah,
say the same thing about some of the other stuff, some of the stuff the kids are listening to now. So
Yeah.
yeah. I will say that I think there are a lot of younger, a lot of better younger bands out there was for a while. I think that it kind of died down a little bit, but now it feels like there's such an influx of talent and popular bands that are coming back that never had that before.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think one of the greatest things about social media and you know the era that we live in today is that there is no shortage of bands. There are a lot of bands.
Yeah.
The only thing is you need places that are going to cater to that. There are some places. There are places like a Lucky 13, like a Dingbats, you know, like stuff like that. On the consequence, you know, and maybe I might get in trouble for saying this, you have places like, you know, the former Landis Theater or the Racehorse Tavern, who no matter what you do, you know, they could be on the verge of bankruptcy and they would book the same tribute cosplay band to play there.
That's right.
You know, then take a chance on an original band and then wonder why they went out of business.
well, you know, and then sometimes you wonder why they're not even going to take a chance on national acts. You know, to me, it was always the national acts, and you have the local acts that you support the national acts, draw the local crowd, and get a buzz going for the next generation of bands. So,
And some of the other things that kind of that I, especially around what you guys are talking about, is one, there's like the owners want no influence from anybody that's more involved in the scene than they are. They already know everything about the scene, even if they're from outside of the scene. Number two is like there's no like I hate the trash talking that goes on. They think that they're better than everybody else, and I'm with you, Rob. With the national acts, is like you'll take your time on about the same tribute band 4 times a year
yeah,
than saving that money and spending it on somebody that's actually
instead of
going to put
mixing
some
it up.
asses in the seats.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say this much for the people, you know, for everything else. I mean, you know, once you reach a point where you feel like you know everything It's just, I'm sorry, it's fucking dumb. Like, the industry changes,
Yeah.
you know, you could always learn shit, you could always do more. There's a lot of stuff that you could do. Um, you know, to use an old analogy, you know, if you're a baseball player, you know, and Derek Jeter is going to come up to you and be like, "Hey, let me teach you, you know, let me teach you how to swing the bat. Let me teach you how to run the bases. Let me teach you how to do that." Like, if Ricky Henderson's going to teach you how to run the fucking bases, what are you going to say? No. Like,
Yeah, right.
that's dumb.
Treat other. I have to say it on this weekend. Treat others the way Brock Lesnar treated Obafemi last night. Pass that
Yes.
torch when it needs to be passed.
Yeah.
So, for anybody that's looking to keep up to date with Ryder as far as social media pages, YouTube, things like that, how can people find you? Where can they get up to date?
You could go on Facebook, facebook.com/RiderBandNY, Instagram at Ryder_NY, YouTube .com/RiderBands. You could stream us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream music. You can buy our merch, RiderBandShop.com. Catch us at a show. Yeah, come check us out. Support.
Book us at a show.
Yeah, we got to get you guys.
Yeah, we got to
people
get down
see
to
it.
the Philadelphia area. We're really more, you know, it's funny. We'll play Canada, we'll play Connecticut, play
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Haven't really played Philadelphia area that much.
I will
Yeah.
say one thing with Philly too is there's a few venues that I think would be really awesome to play, like down in Philly. You know, I'll always call it Dobbs. It will always be Dobbs to me, but I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
Nicky Lopez now. But I'm still
Yep.
gonna call it Dobbs. I would love to play Dobbs. You know, with all of us. You know, Kung Fu Necktie is a great,
I
you
hear
know,
good
great
stuff
place.
about Milk Boy. I hear good stuff about
Milk
Milk
Boy,
Yeah.
Boy as
Milk
well.
Boy's another one. Milk Boy's another one. Maybe we could give Brad a call. We can get back in the 2300 arena. That was fun.
That was a great show, man. That was awesome.
That was definitely fun. As far as bands in the Philly area go, there's a lot of them. I mean, the one that comes to mind that's like really doing stuff right now is you know, I want to give a shout out to you know, Claire and her band Breaker. Really doing some great stuff.
Good stuff. Well, guys, thank you. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Let's get back to watching this show. Guys, thank you so much for hanging. Much love as always. And we'll be seeing each other out there.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
Chris, thanks a lot for having us.
See ya.
Talk to you guys later.
All right, out.
See ya. So there was Ryder, guys. Thank you so much.